Hello and welcome to the final of the Home Composed Song Contest 2020. Yes, it is finally time for the final. My name is Bo Söderholm and I won this competition last year together with my friend Anssi Partanen as a part of the duo AB. I remember how exciting the voting was last year and how happy we were for winning with our song Back in Time. It is an honor to win and also an honor to have the possibility to organize this year's contest. But organizing is really a team work. I have had a lot of help from my co-host Martin Faulkner. Thank you, Martin. And he will be the one guiding you through the voting. A total of 17 songs are competing in this year's Home Composed Song Contest. Songs from all around Europe and even one from Australia. We have some newcomers in the competition, welcome, and we have songwriters that have been taking part many times before, welcome back. Every participant has been voting and sending me their top 10. So together with the votes from the participants, from the public vote and from the guest jury Radio International, we will have a winner. Yes, I know you're all waiting for the results, so Martin, why don't you just take it away, as they say in Eurovision?
Yes, thank you very much. Hi, everybody. My name is Martin Faulkner, and if you've been taking part in Home Composed recently, then you'll be very familiar with my voice because I've been in charge of guiding us through the scoreboard for the last couple of years, and I'm going to do the same thing again this year. So, as Bo just told us, we have 19 juries this year, the 17 participant juries, plus the public vote and our friends from Radio International. And in fact, it's the two non-participant juries that we're going to start with. So without further ado, let's get the competition going and let's call up the public vote. As you know, we asked everybody to bang the drum for their songs and get their friends and family and everybody else to vote on the website. And this is what happened as a result. So we converted those points into Eurovision style points, of course, into the top 5 of the public vote now. And we're going to see very soon who gets the first 12 in this year's Home Composed Song Contest. And there we go. Again, regular viewers will know that the Cypriot entry is often high on the scoreboard after the public vote. Some excellent publicity work as usual, and that is the first 12 points of the contest going to Four Chords from Cyprus. As we continue with our, I suppose you could call it a neutral jury. I don't want to say experts because we're all experts, but neutral jury from Radio International. This is how they voted. Cyprus retaking the lead with that 6 points. And indeed, Cyprus will be in the lead at the end of this jury, whatever happens. But that's the 10 for Waters, and let's see who gets their 12. So, defending champion Bo Söderholm gets 12 points there, putting Lie to Me up into the top 3 after those two non-participant juries. So, that being done, let's continue with the participants. Jury number 3, first participant to vote, is Andrew Boys from the UK. This is how he voted this year. Just one for the leader. Moving into Andrew's top 5 now. And we will have a new leader at the end of this round, as you can see. But who will get the biggest points? Entries from Germany and Denmark making their way onto the left-hand side of the scoreboard. And then a debutant in this competition. We have 12 points for Waters there from Finland, which takes very close second place after 3 juries. So time to continue. Cassidy, representing Italy, is taking part for the second time this year. Still to score any points himself this year, but we will see how that changes in due course. Of course, it can't change this time because you can't vote for yourself. So who's going to get the points from the Italian jury? Waters takes the lead, but with just 3 points this time. And that's London Vision going back into the lead. And London Vision will be in the lead after this jury, but with Do or Jeg from Denmark and Lie to Me from Finland very close behind. And then the 12 goes to Germany, in fact. So there we are, 4 songs within 4 points of each other, as the entry from Stefan Engel joins the top 3. And we move on to jury number 5. Jury from Finland. This is Tero and Snowclone. Many years represented in home composed song contests right now. Good to see them as always. And here is how the jury voted this year. So I think we're going to see a couple of different leaders during this jury, aren't we? Probably. Lie to Me leading at the minute. Big score for the Swedish entry there. And then London Vision popping back to the top of the scoreboard, where they are joined by Tony's entry from Denmark, 38 points each right now. And the 12, hands from the one Finnish jury to another Finnish entry. That's Waters, and wow, even closer now. Just 1 point between 3 songs at the top, as we can see. And joint leaders. So let's see what our debutant in this competition this year, Yannick from Germany, can do. It's been lovely engaging with you on the Facebook group this year, Yannick. First point for Greek Fire from Italy. About time that joined the scoreboard. Welcome to the game. Just 2 for Waters, which takes the lead for now, but I suspect that will change. Snowclone pop over to the top half. And Lie to Me is there now as well, in this close group at the top. So what's going to happen at the very top? That's 10 for London Vision. Will the 12 go to Denmark? The 12 does go to Denmark. So that is Du og Jeg, Duodano from Denmark. Song submitted by Tony Olsen, of course, many-time participant in this competition. That is currently leading after 6 juries, and I think 6 juries out of 19 is a good moment for us to pause briefly and have a listen to the current leading song.
Når vi sammen, du og jeg, det latter, smil og glede. Tida står stille, ingen kan skille deg og meg. Når vi sammen, du og jeg, tror jeg at vi kan klare allting. Gjennom sorg og glede, vi til stede, du og jeg.
So 6 juries down and 13 to go. We are going to continue with the presentation of the voting, and the next jury up is the one representing Cyprus. Konstantinos Papoutsis, 4 chords, the name of the group this year, currently in 6th place in the voting themselves. Let's see how they affect the scoreboard. Moving into the top 5 now from Cyprus. Popping the UK up to the top again with London Vision, and then Denmark straight back on top again. Those two really having a head-to-head race at the minute. 10 points for the entry from Vulnerable, thank you for that. And finally, Cyprus giving 12 points to the Greek Fire. There we go. That's some people might have predicted that. I didn't, but 12 points for the Italian Greek entry, if you see what I mean. Now we go over to the current leader. So that's Tony from Denmark with his Danish-Norwegian duo this year. Now, will Tony still be in the lead after he has voted? Let's see what happens. Top 5 from the Danish jury now. Steady scoring there for Yannick from Germany. And indeed, London Vision will be in the lead after this, but of course they still have to vote. So that could be reciprocated. 10 for last year's winner, Boo, and then the 12 points are going to... They're going to Andrew Boys from the United Kingdom. When I Look at You gets 12 points from the Danish jury. So we move on to jury number 9. And that's the one from our regular German participant, Jan Wiener. Good to have you back, as always, Jan. And let's see how you have voted this year. So the big points from Jan's German jury, 6 for the current leader. Lie to Me pops up into second place for now and is immediately relegated to third by Duo Yai. 10 points for Greek Fire there, some big scores recently. And finally, 12 points for the entry from Four Chords for Cyprus. So Greek Fire and a Cypriot choir, if you'll excuse the rhyme, getting the top marks from the German jury, represented by Jan there. We now go straight on to another German jury. This, of course, as I said before, Stefan Engel. His entry 740 Millionen, doing pretty well on the scoreboard right now, 5th place. Let's see how his jury has voted this year. Steady scoring for Lockdown World so far. Just 5 for Bo. I could move it away from the leaders. Although just 6 for the current leader, so maybe not. What's going to happen with the Danish entry, I wonder? 8 for Yannick from Germany. 10 indeed for the Danish entry, Duo Yai. And then where is the 12 going? It's another 12 points for Andrew Boys from the UK. When I Look at You moves into the top half, left-hand side, where everybody wants to be. And that takes us past halfway because we're now on to the 11th of the 19 juries, and it's from one of the entries that's been competing at the top of the scoreboard so far, Andy Brooke, London Vision. So let's see how this set of votes from the UK will change things. So will Denmark take a bigger lead after this? It will, 6 points. So a lead of 8 points now after this jury, no matter what happens. But where do the big points go? And the UK 12. There's another 12 for Waters from Finland there, which had been falling down a little bit, but suddenly jumps back up to 4th place. So who's next? Speaking of Finland, our host and defending champion, Bo Söderholm from Finland, will give his votes now as follows. So nothing for the top ones just yet. And still nothing. There we go, 7 for the leader. 8 for Waters, keeping it in close proximity, and 10 for London Vision. So 5 points gap. Who gets the 12? And the 12 goes to Stefan Engel's entry, bringing that up to joint 4th at the minute with Waters, and that is 1 more jury down. We have 7 to go. We're going all the way around the globe to Australia to Phil McNulty, Rainbow Orbit. I'll have you back as always. And here we go with the results from Down Under. Just 4 points for the current leader, and 6 for the one that's chasing it. So narrowing the gap slightly, 3 points gap at the top. Who gets the big points? 10 for Cast the Net on Me, biggest score that one received so far. And finally the 12. 12 goes to Waters. Waters is picking up several 12 points so far, so back into a podium position for that finish entry. As we move on to the jury representing the song Waters, in fact, jury 14, we'll have a little look at the leader, a little listen to the leader after this jury. First, let's see where those finish points will go. So 5 points for Tony's Duo Yai in the lead there. And 8 for London Vision, bringing them exactly level after 14 juries. But who gets the big points? 10 for Stefan Engel, and then 12 points go to Lie to Me by Bo Söderholm. That is therefore now back in the top 3. And with that, well, I said we would stop and have a little listen to the leader after this jury. As you can see, we currently have 2 leaders. The scoreboard arranges them. One of them has to go on top, but for our purposes, those are joint leaders, both on 98 points. So let's have a little listen to both songs.
Når vi sammen, du og jeg, det latter, smil og glede. Tida står stille, ingen kan skille deg og meg. Når vi sammen, du og jeg, tror jeg at vi kan klare allting. Gjennom sorg og glede, vi til stede, du og jeg.
Your deception and your cold-blooded lies only hastened our goodbyes. It's what we were feeling, just an awful lot of self-deceiving. I was hanging around 'cause it was easier to share it all the same as you. Share it all the same as you.
So those are our 2 leaders right now as we enter what we have to call the final straight, really. There are 5 more juries to go, still plenty of points to be given. I think a Eurovision host right now would say anything can still happen. And sometimes it's not true when they say that, but in this case it really is true. Anything could still happen as we continue with a set of votes from United Kingdom. So Cast the Net on Me, you can see there, 27 points so far. Won't get any more this time because they're the ones voting, and let's see where their points went. Top 5 from this jury. Waters again scoring well. So the tie at the top will be broken and it's broken in favour of London Vision, who take a 2-point lead. And that's a 12-point score for Bo Söderholm, Lie to Me, which we have to say is right in the mix still. We've been talking about this top 2, but position 3 is not so far behind. With 4 jurors to go, we go to a debutante in this competition, debut country actually. Great to have Lithuania in the competition. Sorry it's not going so well for you on the scoreboard right now, but welcome to the contest anyway. Great to have you here, and let's see how your votes went here. So 4 points for the song from Denmark, Du og Jeg. We'll see if London Vision get anything here. Snow Clone popping over to the left hand side again. 8 for Bo. And there we are, 10 points for London Vision this time. That's an 8-point lead now with 3 to go. Then 12 points to Stefan Engel's 47 Millionen, German entry there. Currently leading the battle of the German entries in 4th place. As we continue with, well, my jury, my band Vulnerable. We've been in this contest for God knows how many years, and we're always delighted to be here and give our votes, which this year are as follows. Just 1, I'm afraid, for the Danish entry. First points for Lithuania there at the bottom of the scoreboard. Welcome to the competition, Lithuania. Just 3 for Lie to Me as well. And also first points for Jan Wiener from Germany, so nobody gets 0 this year. I promise we didn't plan it that way, but it's worked out nicely. And 8 points for the current leader, London Vision from the United Kingdom, the Cuckold Song. That is now well ahead. 10 for Snow Clone. And 12 points, well, Rockers, we've got to stand together, haven't we? So 12 points to Yannick from Germany, and the best key change in the competition. So 2 juries to go, 15 points in it. Is that an insurmountable lead? The Swedish jury might know. The Swedish jury might give us part of the answer here. It certainly gives us just 1 point for Lie to Me, which I think is mathematically out of it now, isn't it? Yes, it must be. But what else is going to be given here? Seven for the Cypriot entry. Bit of choral solidarity. 8 for Andrew Boys. 10 points to London Vision. Tony needs to score now. And Tony does not score. That's another 12 points for Yannick from Germany. And, well, you don't have to be a mathematician to know that with just 1 jury left to vote, we now have a winner in Home Compose. But, of course, we have to complete the voting. These are the votes from Cell Phone. Gave us a lockdown anthem this year. And let's now see how the voting is completed and where everybody lands at the end. So the final top 3 of the competition we're going to get now. 8 points for Greek Fire to finish. 10 points to Vulnerable, thank you for that. And the final 12 in this year's competition goes to our winner from the United Kingdom, from London Vision. And, well, you can see in the end that is a pretty clear and convincing victory for London Vision. 2nd win in Home Composed. The first time being back in 2010, and if you've been following the Home Composed Facebook group, you'll know that Andy even made a lockdown video of the song, which I'm sure we'll be seeing as a reprise very soon. 2nd place was joint in the end. We had 2 songs in 2nd place, 111 points each for Lie to Me from Söderholm from Finland, and Du og Jeg, Duodano, Tony Olsen's entry from Denmark. And as I said, when the vulnerable jury voted, we managed to also make it so there were no 0 points this year, which is always lovely to see everybody getting points. I'm very glad about that. So that is everything from me in my role as commentator on the scoreboard this year. Thank you for putting up with me and the well, let's say not perfect quality of the microphone this year. I'm going to hand you back over to Bo Söderholm, who will complete the show.
Thank you, Martin, for that, and a big congratulations to London Vision for winning this year's edition of the Home Composed Song Contest. A big thank you to all the participants for sending songs and taking part, and a special big thank you to my co-host Martin for your help and your work with this contest and the homepage. Don't forget to visit the homepage homecomposed.net to find more information about the contest and the participants. But now let us take a listen to this year's winning song from United Kingdom and London Vision. Take care, all the best to all of you. Bye bye.
You promised me, you swore that it wasn't true, but the rumors that I heard had me asking around, and you were lying through and through. But I was fully prepared to go with the flow until you broke the golden rule. I didn't ask and you didn't tell, but then you took me for a fool. And this wasn't love we were feeling, with no possibility of feeling. Your deception and your cold-blooded lies only hastened our goodbyes. This wasn't love we were feeling, just an awful lot of self-deceiving. I was hanging around cause it was easier to share it all the same as you. Share it all the same as you. You told your friends, you even told your family. Well, it doesn't say a lot about the state of our lives when the last to know is me. Still, I was fully prepared to go with the flow until you broke the golden rule. I didn't ask and you didn't tell, but then you took me for a fool. And this wasn't love we were feeling, with no possibility of feeling. Your deception and your cold-blooded lies only hastened our goodbyes. This wasn't love we were feeling, just an awful lot of self-deceiving. I was hanging around cause it was easier to share it all the same as you. Now do you see that smoking gun? Revenge is gonna be such fun. Can you guess what I have gone and done? Your deception and your cold-blooded lies only hastened our goodbyes. This wasn't love we were feeling, just an awful lot of self-deceiving. I was hanging around cause it was